In 1885, inside the Forbidden City, Minister Li Hongzhang said to Cixi, Galerie Lafayette, foreigners are coming to build the railway of us. This sentence even today also lets countless people sad. In the history of urban rail transit, China is more than 100 years behind the West country. In 1965, China began to build the country Article 1 Beijing Metro Phase 1 project of the urban rail transit system. The subway means a lot of China. In the past 30 years, China's urban rail transit has developed rapidly. In 2012, it overtook the US as the world's largest rail system. In addition to the number, in technology and speed also leapfrogged the Western countries. Especially after 2009, every year, new cities open their subways. So far, there are 27 metro cities in mainland China. Another 15 cities have broken ground. It established the dominant position of China's subway in the world, after domestic demand is met. This year, China's subway also went overseas. Australia, United Kingdom, Brazil, and other countries have won the single. Even the United States is no exception. Visitors to Boston in the United States can see it at the local subway station. The orange subways shuttled back and forth beneath the ground. Compared to the traditional Boston Master subway, these new, high-tech subways became the local scenery as beautiful. Even people in the other American states overflow with expressions of surprise. Yes, they are specially built in China. China's subways going overseas are nothing new. But this batch of Boston Orange subways still has a special meaning. The Boston subway was built in the late 1880s. It's over 120 years old. It's a real antique subway station. Even so, the traffic at Boston's subway station daily average is still over 1.3 million. With the Boston Metro becoming a foreigner, Americans are increasingly clamoring for new subways. Authorities in Boston have opened a bid to train makers around the world. But the United States is the birthplace of the subway. The technology for rail transit products, operator qualifications are demanding. But the Chinese manufacturer's trip across the ocean is a good example to the American people. Excellent technology made in China. It is a perfect match between American standards and made in China. In 2014, CRRC Changchun took the order and began to develop and manufacture. How strict is the American standard? CRRC Boston Metro explained if two six-back trains collide at 40 km per hour, the passenger area inside the car cannot change. Passengers must be protected to the maximum extent possible. The engineers added many Chinese solutions to the design, such as material selection and space optimization. The engineers applied more than 80 new technologies. The train body finally lost 1.8 tons and was controlled at about 33 tons. This figure ranks very high among similar U.S. heavy rail subway trains. In terms of vehicle control, the train added a new accident prevention management system, real-time control and contact system. The number of people on the train is calculated automatically, as well as real-time monitoring and video recording. These are proprietary Chinese technologies. In October 2017, the first subways designed and built in 3 years have been delivered to Boston. More than 120 tests were then carried out on the trains by our authorities. The results show that it meets the requirements of American rail transit products. It also meets the ADA standards, the UNEP standards, Massachusetts Public Transportation Safely Operating Act, American Human Engineering Military Mill Standard and so on. To facilitate the delivery of trains with local production, CRRC has also invested in building subways in the United States. Springfield Factory, it also laid the foundation for CRRC to take over train production for the Los Angeles Metro project. The plant also became a major manufacturing center in North America. CRRC Deputy Chief Engineer said, "We are proud to deliver America's first transportation system on time. It has created hundreds of jobs and stimulated the local economy." What do Americans think of these subways? There was a lot of media coverage in the United States, but few media outlets have linked the trains to Made in China. Until a Sino-American culture exchange after the field investigation, many American and Chinese people just know, these modern subways in Boston used to be made in China. The American people say, too many American cities really need China-made subways. And the American people say, it's much better than the Japanese subway. The original China subway arrived in the United States at the same time. Japanese trains made for Britain are also being delivered. The order book totals £5.7 billion. On the first day, however, there were problems. Late, leaks, electricity leaks, etc. like a train to hell. Today, CRRC has been manufactured in 102 countries and regions around the world. According to the introduction, in recent years, CRRC in the United States, countries such as Britain get orders and set up manufacturing bases in Boston and Chicago. We took an active part in Indonesia's Jakarta-Bandung high-speed railway and China-Laos Railway, China-Thailand Railway and Hung-Serbia Railway project construction. Make a great contribution to the construction to One Belt and One Road. And in the not-too-distant future, China trains are bound to travel all over the world. Provide more convenient transportation for people.